Hey, 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 you beautiful twin flames. I am coming at you from my bedroom at the moment. Just for something new and different. I've actually managed to hurt my back and I've been in bed for about 4 days. So I'm coming at you live from my bedroom, and I have a massive, beautiful bull mastiff on my bed staring at me. So he's actually sleeping. So if you hear deep breathing and you think it's your divine masculine, it's actually my dog. He's actually breathing really deeply. He's got his nose in the covers and he's being very cute. So I hope I find you well. We've had a massive eclipse energy just coming through, and I told you that the divine masculine is going to have a realization soon, and many of them have had it already. So this is a divine masculine check-in. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a regular to my channel, welcome back, and thank you for joining me today. I'm just still shuffling the cards. I'm sorry I can't set up my camera to show you the cards, but yeah. I'm in my 90s, so that might make for interesting YouTube content, hey? I can still do personal readings from my bed if you need a personal reading. And if you need to do one of my courses, they are available to you as well. Really helpful on the twin flame journey. As I'm drawing the cards, I kind of want to get straight into the reading, because I know, everyone's kind of, itching to hear about the divine masculine. But I do want to say that, this whole idea of working on yourself and all of this, people, especially for the divine feminine, it starts, sort of ringing in your ears and going, like, it starts making you a bit crazy, because you're like, well, I have been working on myself and I have been doing these things, and I don't know, putting that extra treatment through my hair, or staying 20 minutes longer in the bath, or meditating more, or that kind of thing. And although it's about self-care, what I want you to understand is that true going within is really, really about finding what's hurt you, finding your pain, and sitting with it. And so that's kind of triggering in a lot of ways, because you kind of go, ooh, I don't really want to feel that anymore. And that's a great decision to make, is that you don't want to feel that way anymore. But a lot of you are experiencing blocks in your twin flame journey because you haven't sat with the pain. And the only reason to get, the only way to get through it is by sitting with that pain and really experiencing it. I've studied anxiety for a really long time, because if you're not sure, I actually do counselling, and I help people get through trauma and other things as well in their life. Not only am I a twin flame coach, dating coach, but I also help people with major things like depression, PTSD, anxiety, etc. And the one thing that I will say is that when you sit with the pain, and this goes for anxiety as well, when you sit with your anxiety, you can transfer those words into pain or anxiety, but when you sit with that, you can actually feel it melting away. It's really weird. Like, you'd think if you sat with it for too long, it would be really disruptive, but in actual fact, it helps you move through it. And that's the whole goal, is that we want you to move through it. The whole idea of the twin flame journey is that once you are, like, you're craving love, you know, like the whole time from the very beginning, you feel like you're craving love, you're craving love, you're craving love, you're craving love, you know, that romantic love that you really, really want. And when you finally heal, what happens is that you realize that all you ever needed was you. And when you come to that realization, that's when the love comes to you. So I'm going to say that again. You're craving love, craving love, craving love, especially romantic love. And the moment that you finally realize that that person you've been looking for all along is you, you nurture yourself, you give yourself love, you feel safe in your own skin. The moment you do that, everything changes. I kind of said it in two different ways then, but if you need to rewind the video to hear that again, make sure you do. Alrighty, so I've been rattling on for 6 minutes already, so now without any further ado, we're going to talk about divine masculine. Not only has he had a realization that he finds you extremely attractive, but we get him wanting to come to you in a loving way. So for some of you, your divine masculine was a third party for you, or you were a third party for them. For some of you, you live at a distance or in another location. You know, they might live with a spouse, or you might live with a partner, or, you know, you've felt like you've wanted to come together, and then maybe you've had this realization that they're kind of a little bit toxic, actually. Or it would be toxic if we came together as we are right now. And that's a big realization for the divine feminine to have. And the divine masculine is starting to realize, which is, you know, this word realization is a big one today. He's starting to realize that she's been there the whole time, in her sexiness, in her lovingness, in her, you know, caringness. I don't know if caringness is a new word that I just made up for the day, but you know, he really understands this. Like, she was always there, even if I wasn't. She was always offering herself to me in some kind of way, you know, body, mind, or soul. And he's understanding that he wasn't there fully for her. And we have the Chariot in reverse, and it's funny because I've got two decks of cards here, and we've got a double Chariot in reverse right on top of one another. And it's this realization that he didn't travel enough, he didn't do enough, he wasn't supportive enough. And we have this Five of Pentacles feeling of him feeling as though he didn't give enough. He left you out in the cold in some kind of way. He left you feeling as though you were a bit of a fool, I want to say. So he's had a realization that, okay, yes, you are sexy. Yes, you are beautiful. Yes, you are hard working. And for some of them, they want to start thinking about a family, or they have started thinking about a family, and they're wishing it was with you, which is a huge, massive change in their behavior. So we have this old energy of pages here. We have not only the page of Wands, but we have the Page of Swords in reverse as well. You know, this is them spying on you. This is them, you know, checking out your social media, you know, sort of taking a step back and looking at the action that they might want to take. And in a way, putting you on a pedestal, thinking, well, actually, she's maybe a little bit too good for me. I might have, you know, not worked hard enough for her. So there's this feeling that they want to take a back step and do the work. They realize that they might have come across to you as, you know, quite deceptive. They realize they might have come across to you as, you know, not apologetic enough. They realize that you were sitting there waiting for their love, and they weren't showing up in the correct way. You know, they were sort of half-hearted. Wow, my throat chakra. Even making no effort or little effort. And this is really interesting because he's having a self-realization. He's having a moment, take gender how it resonates, but he's having a moment of clarity where he's going, you know, this person has loved me, has supported me, has been kind to me, has messaged me, has been there for me every step of the way. Okay, maybe, you know, maybe you got mad at your divine masculine on a couple of occasions, or, you know, said to them that their behavior was crap. But now they're actually going, you know what, it was. I'm going to call myself out now. I'm going to take this leap and realize that, you know, I was the one who didn't make this decision in love. I was the one that didn't, you know, push through and allow it to happen. And for many of them, it's because they're in a shit relationship now and they don't believe that they can have anything better than that. And for others of them, it's because they've been brokenhearted in the past, or not brokenhearted as much as let down. So some of you have divine masculines that are in karmic relationships right now, you know, and they feel let down. They feel as though they're not getting their needs met. And for those of you who haven't, you know, Googled or looked up the 5 love languages, it's really important to know what love languages you both give out and need to receive. You know, let's just say for argument's sake, I'm your divine masculine, and I buy you a brand new, I don't know, a brand new DVD player, and your love language isn't receiving gifts. Your love language is, I don't know, words of affirmation. You know, you'd much prefer a poem from me, or a song, or for me to tell you that how I feel. But if you don't know what your love languages are, it can make it very difficult. And this goes for, you know, soulmate relationships as well, which I discuss in detail, you know, if you ever come to me for dating advice or counseling in that respect. You know, love languages are really important. Now, your divine masculine may not be read up enough to understand what love languages are, but if you've sent him, you know, I don't know, words of affirmation and he just sends you like a 1-word reply, I mean, maybe that's not his love language. You need to try and work out what your divine masculine's love language is, so that when you are communicating with him or showing him affection, you can, you know, give him the right love language. So that's something you can look up in your spare time. Now, what is divine masculine thinking about right now? This is always a really important question. It's this, it's a really awkward pause of, I actually think I have feelings for her, and I really don't know how to convey that in language. I don't know how to tell her how I'm feeling with words. And if I do try, it's going to sound like I'm stumbling. It's going to sound, like I'm not masculine enough or powerful enough, or it's going to come across kind of nerdy and weird. So he's really taking note of that. Like, how do I maybe help her in some kind of way? And I feel like there's going to be this rescuing energy where, if you're on talking terms with your divine masculine, you might say something like, well, I tried to restart my computer and the program just won't come back up and it's driving me nuts. And he might go, oh, I watched a video about this, or he might even watch a YouTube video and learn how to fix it for you. And then he might give you this bright idea. So, he's not always going to come in with love songs and poetry. Just remember that he might just want to help you fix your problems. So just be on the lookout for that. If you, you can even sneakily, if you want to, just bait him a little bit and say, oh, I never know what to cook for dinner. I wish I knew a really great recipe on something, and he might just say, well, actually, I know this great recipe for, for pasta or something like that, Just give him the opportunity to try and come in and do a little rescue technique, and that will build his confidence up as well. But sometimes divine masculine doesn't like being told that they're amazing, doesn't like being told that they are doing a great job at things, depending on what their love language is, all right? So look up the love languages, try and ascertain what your divine masculine is, and that'll really help you. So we know how he's thinking. He's thinking, I don't have the words to say to you right now. How could I possibly move forward? And then within his feeling space, we have this, I'm kind of stuck. I don't know what to say. I don't know if I should message. I don't know if I should, ask her out on a date or suggest that we meet for coffee, or if you're not on speaking terms, he might not know how to come forward to you again, if that makes sense. So he's feeling really enamored with you. So whatever you've done in the past, you've shown him a reflection of himself that he is very polarized to and magnetized to. So now is the time for you to definitely work on yourself. And when I say that, I mean sit with your trauma, sit with your pain. Okay, it's really important that you do that. And if you don't know how to do that, you can contact me and I'll help you through that. So the other thing I want to say is that this essence of the masculine has been really low lately. And we're seeing this rebuilding. It's kind of like a spiritual rebuilding of testosterone. It's kind of like, I am the man, I am all powerful, I've got the seed, I'm going to do it. A lot of your masculines will be working hard at the moment, starting a new business, or perhaps you are divine feminine and you can really feel this energy taking shape. Maybe you want to start a new job, or maybe you just got that promotion, or something happened in your life, or something happened for them. And it's this really moving forward in power. So that's what he needs to be doing right now, because that makes him feel sexy, that makes him feel honorable towards you. And what you need to do is you need to sit with the pain, with the trauma. That woman or that that teenager that was mean to you in high school, that's always hurt you. You need to sit with the pain and feel it again. You need to go, you know, maybe take stock of everything and write it all down and just sit with any pain until it goes away. You know, feel into the pain and let it go. And this will allow your masculine to move forward in the 3D and push forward and not be afraid to show his emotions. Because when you do break down, or when you do have that moment of vulnerability, he can feel that. And a lot of you, because, you know, a lot of you work and have jobs that are, you know, powerful or assertive, you know, you don't get to sit in your vulnerable space of feminine space. And this is what stops your masculine from coming through. And I've mentioned this in many readings before, but I just find it really helpful for today. So the action steps are, you know, I'm gaining the strength. I'm gaining the strength to move forward and work out how I'm going to communicate with you next. Okay, so as you filter this pain and trauma and all the stuff that you've been ignoring for a really long time, I don't know, maybe you've been wanting to go on a diet for 10 years and you just only decided this week that enough's enough and you just want to do that thing. Sit with it for a while first. You know, have a cry about it first if you need to. You know, if you need to have a cry about anything, you know, whether you've lost a past loved one or something like that, you know, just let it flow through you. This will allow the masculine to become vulnerable with you. So he's thinking about coming forward to you. And for those of you who are already in communication with your masculines, he's thinking about doing something quite bold. He might say something to you that's quite bold. He might bring up something with you that involves an ex. He might talk about, you know, how in the past he didn't feel loved, or how he needs love right now, and how you might, you know, show him love. You know, he wants to be vulnerable. And this means that the divine feminine has to do it first. So this is why I'm inviting you to get in touch with your inner child this week. Even if you just set aside, you know, an hour, you know, a day, to do that. That would be really, really good. The other thing I want to say is that the divine masculine is really in his heart space at the moment. So he's looking to come to you and offer you something. For some of you, it's going to be an engagement. For some of you, it's going to be a marriage proposal. And for others of you, he might even suggest that, you know, I'd love to make babies with you, which is kind of really out there, but is something exciting, you know, if you're looking to start a future with your divine masculine. So thank you for joining me from my bedroom today. I hope you all enjoyed the reading, and I hope to make actual videos where you can see the cards in future. But until then, I'll have to just do these channeled messages. I have got the cards with me, but you know, it's just unfortunate that you can't see them at the moment. Alrighty, so before we go, we're going to sing Joyful, Joyful, and then I'll let you all go and have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. So here we go. Joyful, joyful, Lord, we adore you. God of glory, God of light. Hearts unfold like flowers before you. By the way, what have you done for him lately? Ooh, 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 yeah. What have you done for him lately? Ooh, 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 yeah. Come and join the chorus, the mighty, mighty chorus. La, 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 la. Okay, have a great week, everyone. And if you need me, I'm available for readings and other things. Have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. And I'm sending so much love to you and your family. Bye, everyone. Bye.